Frank, which way is this headed?
Well, judging by his body English, looks like it's heading a little right. There is a bit of green out there, though.
On the green in regulation. This long putt for birdie could be a tough one here. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Well, considering the lead that he has on the rest of the field, a par is all you need. What a good hole. They call it the slopes, and the rough off the right-hand side of the green, really some of the most punishing on the entire course.
And the one thing you don't want to do is actually leave it up there on that high side, because it means that you'll be chipping downhill.
What a tremendous display of power and precision. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Frank, this has been impressive. Game plan, stuck to it, hitting some quality shots.
He's really done his homework on the golf course, swinging well, and, well, there's a few holes to go, too. And this round could get even better.
On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Par yesterday, now for birdie. Frank, he took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more.
Looks like par may not be good enough to get the job done here.
Yeah, big change from the top of the leaderboard. Get another birdie, so it pushes him back to second.
I needed that birdie.
There's something about a well-hit shot. Oh, that's fine.
Can't ask for much more here at the 7th. He has hit a good one. Second shot. Good look at the green. Good looking shot right here. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look and getting ready for the putt.
Well, birdies are hard to come by in this situation. So tight.
Keeps him right in the thick of it. And this is where Gene Sarazen, the Squire at the age of 71, in his farewell appearance at the Open, that was back in 1973, made an ace. How about that?
Amazing.
This won't hurt him, Frank.
Just a little left of the flag. That's fine.
Oh. No.
Hoping to get this up and down here, Frank, at the par 3 after missing the green.
Yeah, it's not all bad.
That looked like a miss it, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club. another good par.
Saved that ball. Needed that. Big time.
Ready to go here at the 9th at Royal Troon Golf Club. 423 yards. What are you looking to do with this one, Frank?
What's another one that's a dog leg left? It's called the Monk, actually, because it faces the village of Monktown. One bunker on the left, 285 yards to carry that. But it's not that you're trying to carry it. It's you're trying to cut the ball off that.
Top 5 in the tournament.
That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure that. That's got to be what? 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that.
This
is pretty good, Reg. Maybe just a touch right.
Oh, my stroke is being on.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Now this for birdie. Came away with par in the previous round. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
Position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Too much.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch.
I didn't have no good touch on it. Just gotta make pars.
Nice approach shot. I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Getting set now over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, they call the 11th hole here at Royal Troon Railway. Maybe I'm being negative, but I think it should be called Gorse because that's all I can see on this opening shot.
Gorse certainly comes into play right and left. The problem isn't bunkers here. 490 yards. Often it plays back into the breeze.
The second shot now to the par 4.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Birdie putt coming up. Had a bogey on this hole yesterday.
Not today, man. I can't bogey today. No bogey today, baby.
Continues
Put
to
that Tiger
amaze
Woods on this
yet
thing right
another
now.
birdie. And what a day.
Playing like Tiger was today.
Back here at the 12th, and this is a hole that heads back towards the water. You might not see your tee shot land over the ridge in the middle of the fairway here, Frank, so what's the best strategy?
Well, it's called the fox, and you have to be cunning like a fox here. This one has a slight bend to the right, and a little like the previous hole, this is another fairway that certainly requires your best tee shot.
That ball's run out certainly over 300 yards, Frank. Call it about 310. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green.
Come on, baby. Get down. Get down. Sit down. Sit down.
And that's how you play the game. Right there.
He was getting nice today, man.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Count that for a birdie. Frank, on paper, 13 seems pretty straightforward, but it's not that simple, is it?
No, very stringent tee shot. Gorse right and left, plus a little sort of mound with some rough on down the right side. So really, you've got to hit the ball down, not just the fairway, but the left side of the fairway.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway.
Second shot.
Good, clean contact, and a nice result, and a chance for birdie coming up. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Frank, this game will drive you crazy.
Yeah, you can do so many things right, and then just something so simple, completely wrong.
Takes care of business there.
Solid stroke.
On the tee here at 14, it's another par 3, Frank.
You don't get caught looking at the front of the green. That's where it's at its most narrow. Ideally, something that pitches just into the top of that mound.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. It's a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try.
I just have to. Stay focused. Sit up. That's good right there.
Always two components to the long lag putt. The speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part.
Okay. Still up. 2 strokes on the field.
At the 15th, this par 4 is over 480 yards.
The key here really is the 3 bunkers. 2 on the left, 1 on the right. 260 yards gets you past
I ain't mean
that.
to hit this.
You find the fairway here, then you don't have to worry about the 3 bunkers that are short of this green.
Officials are calling that one around 310 yards. Good lie in the fairway. Good chance to make something happen here.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Excellent shot to within 10 feet. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Those are painful from that distance.
Yeah, just another one added to the card. Big mistake.
Yeah. It's okay.
They'll take it. That's a par. Now the lone par 5 on the back 9, the 16th, and while you might be thinking birdie here, you may want to think again. What are the options off the tee, Frank?
Well, really, there's only one option, and that's keep it short of that burn, which is 280 yards. So that makes that 540 yards play that much longer. Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
Second from an excellent lie. Frank, that ball is set up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Now a 7-footer. Good putt. Frank, now to the hole they call Rabbit. 222-yard par 3.
I don't know why it's called Rabbit, because this is certainly some tough par 3. Green sits up a little bit. There's a big roll-off on the left side, well bunkered. This takes a brilliant long iron shot just to keep it on the
green miss
into the tall cabbage.
Like 3 rounds.
Swallowed up.
My.
Second shot coming out of the rough.
Round going, but that's okay. I'm gonna get out of here.
Get down. Lay down. So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
Yeah, I gotta minimize this. I gotta make this. I need this right here for a par, buddy. Come on, let's get this. Drop this in. Call it.
In the cup. What a shot.
That's what I'm talking
Can't
about.
get much better than that.
What? I needed that. That was the first fairway I missed the whole
here at Royal Troon, stacked up against some of the other finishing holes in major championship golf.
Rich, it's a stout par 4, 464
It's
yards,
sweet
so it's
when
sort
you
of
do
in the
that.
ilk of a Muirfield or Royal St. George's finishing hole. And they've had some great 18th holes in Open Championships. This is actually called Craig End. It's the name of the old farm that was demolished at the turn of the century. So the 18th hole, it's certainly grown up, and it's flourished to more than a farm.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Oh, it's just a cut.
That will be a great look at birdie to win the International Challenge. So close.
And yet it still counts for another shot.
Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go.
Oh.
You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
It's okay. I'll take it. We'll take it, though.
Bad
We'll
news
take
is,
a win.
Frank, that's a bogey, but the good news, still has the lead.
Can't afford another, though.
That's why you play the game, to stack up the wins. Great effort right there.
That's big.
This is the key. Just another one added to the card. Pick your side.
They'll take it. That's par. Now the long par five on the back of the 16th. While you might be thinking birdie here, you may want to think again. What are the options on this?
Really, there's only one option. Let's keep it short of that burn, which is 280 yards. So that's the final like that much longer. Looks sweet. Straight down the middle.
Second. Excellent line. That ball's sitting up. It's a flush up there. Rich, if you and I had lives like that, we'd still be behind this guy for a living. Right now to the hole they call Rabbit, 222-yard par 3. I don't know why it's called Rabbit, because this is some top off. The green sits up. There's a big roll on that side. This takes a brilliant long-line shot just to keep it on the right. Into the tall cabins, that ball is swallowed up. Second shot coming out of the rough. So missed the fairway. Now it's back. It's big. It minimized all of it. In the cup. What a shot. Can't get much better than that. Frank, how does this 18-hole here at Royal stack up against some of the other finished holes in the championship golf? Which is stout, 464 yards, nail, finished hole. That's some right 18 holes in the championships. This is actually for Craig Easy. That's the name of the golf. It's got almost 10th century. 18 hole. It's simply grown up. It's flourished. Craig, really good chance. It's a position to make birds. Yeah, really done. Yeah, well, that was the flag. This is a great line special.
That was big time right there. Coming in first place. It's a hard course right here. Man, this is hard right here in the desert. I'm gonna have to withdraw from this one.
EA Sports and the Wolf Creek Golf Club so proudly present opening round coverage of the EA Sports Spring Invitational. We're alongside Frank Nobilo, set to bring you all of the action for the EA Sports Spring Invitational. And Frank, what can the players expect from Wolf Creek?
Just a mesmerizing layout, Rich. You can see that from above. Straight driving is imperative out there today. You actually don't have to hit the ball a long way. The elevation on those tees is going to give you that extra distance on almost every shot. You can even take driver out of play on some of the holes. But really, it's about being in the right position first on those tee shots that you're going to hit today.
You got me in red today.
Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough.
Started me off bad.
Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank.
Okay.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way.
That wind. The wind ain't jiving. The wind ain't playing.
So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait. And at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
Just a pure strike. Perfect result. He'll have a good look at birdie now. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
And yet another birdie, this time inching into the top 5.
Frank, there's so many impressive holes here at Wolf Creek, but the second really stands out.
Yeah, oh my. That tee box, is it 9 stories high? It's hard to imagine you can tee up that high, and obviously trying to judge distance is one thing, but also just the visual that you get.
Wow, way to the right here.
And there's rough over there.
Sit.
In the thick stuff.
Thick, there's brittle out there.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough.
What you got?
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. A bit unfortunate in the bunker, Frank.
It'll be interesting to see what his bunker plays like.
All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in. It's that sneaky distance.
That's costly right there.
Painful.
Just a couple of feet.
Blah, blah, blah.
Even par early on.
You're good.
All right, Frank, describe the third hole.
Well, it's a par 3 with a bit of a tabletop green, Rich. Some bunkers right and left of that, but also it's going to play a little bit further. This tee shot is uphill, unlike the opening 2 holes. So a 3 here, and that certainly won't hurt the scorecard.
Uphill.
And that one rolls just into the rough.
Now you have to decide whether or not that ball's going to fly or not.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
And he's made it onto the green now. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Oh, man, come
Just
on.
a shade over par.
Just, this course a little bit harder right here. This ain't no regular course.
Action is underway. We'll take you out to hole number 4.
With the,
It has not gone all that well early in the round for our featured golfer. What do they need to do, Frank, to turn this thing around?
Well, you can't dwell on what's just happened. There's plenty of holes ahead. Look at the scorecard, par 5s to play, things like that. Really pick apart this golf course. There's going to be plenty of opportunities around the corner.
okay. I believe you. Don't let the wind catch me. Don't you go over there. Stay up, stay up.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Hit
The
it
lie
green.
there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Good chance to make birdie here, Frank, as we get set for the approach here at the 4th hole.
Yeah, the 4th green, as you can see, is set in a little bit of a bowl with that backdrop behind it. Really, the biggest problem is if you come up short that false front, it does feed off the right and the left side there. So, shot not quite hit as well as you would like, can still kick towards the flag.
It's a pretty good shot. That ball settles in about 13 feet away.
You'd like to think unlucky for some, but birdie putt coming up.
Wind's blowing pretty good up there. Just need to get this close. Oh, man.
Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
Well, not going to make par here. He needs this to only give up 1. That's a bogey putt, dropping down the leaderboard a bit, now at 2 over par. How about this hole, Frank? Par 5, 5th.
If you stand on this tee for the first time, you've got virtually no idea where you've got to aim. Do you aim it left of those bunkers? Do you aim it over the sort of the canyon? Really, the answer is how far do you hit it? Because that is going to determine the line that you hit it on. Avoid the water, that little stream. You can always have a drink on the way if you want to, I guess. Second shot plays uphill, but this is a relatively short par 5, so very reachable. But you've got to see, you've got to flight that second shot. You want to make sure that ball's coming in nice and high to this green that's perched up.
My Lord. Uh-oh. Oh.
Not missing by much today, but enough to, again, be in the bunker. I'll make this about 100 yards. Third shot. That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay.
I'm playing live and I'm
Surprising.
playing bad.
Maybe run club.
That'll
This
be
course
from
is hard,
about
though.
90 yards away.
It ain't a regular course. But I got to play the tournament, though. And look at the grass.
Rich, too much grass between ball and club face.
Yeah.
Paid a price with the 2-ball landing in the rough.
And it's still for par, though. So I ain't doing too bad. This course is it's rough. Them heels, man. Assist. Stop. Man.
Another good swing. Another good approach shot.
Locked in on the read and the speed.
Look at these heels. Oh, man. This is like...
I don't know what they were looking at.
Oh, I don't want to cuss because I'm live. But I might have to if I miss this. Okay. Man.
A couple shots
over
over
bogey. This course is hard, but I got to finish it up, though. Even if I don't do good, I got to come back and play it again.
Here at the
when we go to the next tournament.
47-yard par 4. Pretty good hole, Frank.
Yeah, probably
once I play it the first time, I get used to it.
Something out there around the 280,
play it one time, and I come back and play it again.
Make sure you don't go down
I know the
street.
holes.
Obviously, it's a dog leg.
Yeah, I remember the holes and what they look like.
Canyon on
right
both
now, I don't know
sides
even where I'm
is
shooting
well defined, so you know where not to go. Second shot plays a little bit back up the hill.
Look at that one. Look at that one.
A green
Look at
once
that
again
one.
that's anything other than
Oh,
flat.
look at this.
It's fun. You've got to make
Look
sure you
at
get that
this.
ball on the right tee if you want to have a birdie putt here.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
Man, not a good shot
to
to
the
have.
ball.
It was wicked.
Yeah, it was wicked. Pitching wedge. Try anything out of here.
Frank, this one's not looking good.
Yeah, certainly not down the fairway line, heading toward the rough.
Pretty good result right there, considering
It looked rough all the way.
Exactly.
Rich, really did.
ready for his third shot. Needs to hit this close.
I need. Get in the hole. Something. Work for me or something. Come on, baby. Fall. You cheating. You gonna do all why you cheating? That's cheating, man. You don't give me the camera like
So
this. You
they'll
don't
tap
put
in.
Man, they cheat. That's cheat. That should have been a birdie. They cheat.
Well, not all intention, but in for par.
Yeah, they cheat me on this one.
Well, everybody loves the short par 4, and here we have one, Frank, just 302 yards, the 7th hole.
And this hole is anything other than straightforward, Rich. Huge drop off at the front of the screen that is surrounded by water. So it's going to be a layup off the tee, really, to try and get the right yardage. This green is very, it's not very deep, but it's extremely wide. The hardest thing is to try and get a flat lie with whatever club you decide to hit off the tee and get the right yardage. Otherwise, that green actually might be a little elusive, even though this is a very short hole.
This is a crazy one.
Really good chance from this position to make a birdie. From this position to make a birdie.
To this green that's perched up.
Today's coverage brought to you by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Well, take a look at this site, Wolf Creek Golf Club. It is for real. Frank, I've never seen anything quite like this.
Cause Zona got a good offense like Duke, but the defense can't show it cause Aiden you know Aiden the ball, Aiden's gonna get you. Nah, but like they like the coach all the crazy stuff have the beginning of year PD, the coach and all that like they've been through a lot throughout this whole year though, but I mean the team like talent wise, Arizona on paper is probably one of the best teams in the nation on paper though. I mean they tough. I mean they old too though. Yep. Oh yeah. Oh. And Duke playing all my work though, man. Nah, I'm be at work. Like they'll play 2:45. Yeah, no, I got it. Oh yeah, I got to watch the boys play, man. Yeah, I'm like, man, we play at 2:45 on a Thursday, man, and North Carolina play like at 3:15 on Friday though.
That's good though. I get to see him play on that Friday.
Yeah, man, they got built up with a weak bracket though. That's it. All the analysts said that bracket right there. Very good. The easiest out of everybody, they got the easiest route to go though.
Oh, that one's still waiting to go up. That ain't went up yet. My championship round. All I do is win.
Yeah, I mean, Lou is going to make it or Notre Dame, man. I'm like, that's bullcrap, man. Cause Oklahoma started off good, finished terrible though, man. Like, I don't know how they made it up, man. Yeah, man, he's mad. Yeah. Rhode Island ain't
live, man.
Rhode Island ain't no slouch either though, Daddy, man. I see the play. Rhode Island, they straight though, man. They got a little squad on them. What's up, man? I got you. Oh, man.
Look, I won the tournament a while ago.
Can we get your cake out?
Yeah. Man. This stuff crazy, man. I'm trying to get some hours in, yo.
This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lauder alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobila. We are back in the state of Pennsylvania getting set to kick off the round here at one of the great golf courses in the world, Oakmont Country Club. Frank, you're very familiar with it because you were right in the mix down the stretch at the 1994 U.S. Open right here at Oakmont.
And Rich, it's so good just to be back here. You know, there's so much history in Oakmont. It's been a host to so many prestigious tournaments in our sport, such as the U.S. Amateur, the U.S. Open, the Women's U.S. Open, and the PGA Championship. It's just one of the true gems on the golf landscape.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Frank, what do you see here on this approach shot at number 1?
There's a little bit of doubt because of the semi-blindness down the hill. If you can just pick up on the top of the flagstick, what really has to be taken into consideration is that little run-in area towards the front of the green. It goes down towards the green, and just before it gets there, it goes up again. So that means if you play your second shot a little too far short, chances are it will not make the green. Once you get on the first 5 or 6 yards of this green, then it all tends to slope towards the back of the green. It's a tough second shot to get right.
And from the rough, he manages to not only make the green, but get within easy striking distance of the hole. Settles in over the putt. That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
10-foot putt left. Wow, almost fell within just a few inches of dropping. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Not the best start, 2 over par.
Always play on
On the tee, ready to go.
Boys playing while I work, man.
This is not heading in the right direction.
You know, it looks like it's going to be in the rough.
That was a little over ambitious.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way.
Look, Josh, he like NC State. Like he pulled NC State. They play. They make it.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now we'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but the short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
In state, it's crazy though. Pause.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough.
Kansas,
what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
It's like,
well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are, because that's not exactly the best slide, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Both wins, in the next round they got played each other. In the round 32. Yeah, that's crazy. They got NC State playing each other next year. They both win. I'm gonna do something. Yeah, and then they got Arizona playing Kentucky in the second round. If they do win, that's a bad matchup, though.
Wetlands Golf and Country Club in Florida, and this is certainly a challenge, Frank.
It is. We really should rename it Drylands because that's the way you want to play this golf course. If you're not dry, then you are going to be wet. That swampland is just all the way around this golf course. In between it, though, is fairway. So fairway, the goal all day today.
And as always, with the state of Florida, you have to factor in the changing winds. Really good opening hole here at the Wetlands. It's a par 5, and it is all you want at 660 yards.
Tiger look like the old Tiger with the pink shirt on and Nike stuff.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Looks more.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards.
Second shot. That's an absolute beauty.
Second shot coming up here at the par 5. And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
If he makes it, he wins the hole. Can't make it, Frank, if you don't hit it.
Hubert Green once said 99% of putts left short don't go in. I don't know what happened to the other 1%, but great start.
Just a couple of feet.
Oh, good start.
On to the second hole, par 3 of 225 yards. Good hole, Frank.
It certainly is, and the two bunkers, one left and one right, they remind you where not to go, but they don't really encroach on the green. So stay with a positive attitude on that tee, and you'll find that green is plenty big enough.
Pretty good shot. That ball settles in about 13 feet away.
You'd like to think unlucky for some, but birdie putt coming up.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I think so.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Rhode Island, everybody think Rhode Island sorry, but Rhode Island, they got brothers, they can play. Michigan State, they got to play. Three, and they...
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. He's not going to birdie every hole.
That is a solid par putt. It's a pretty big putt right here to win the hole. And that gives him the hole. He's made it. We're at the third hole now at the Wetlands. It's a par 4, 460 yards. Frank, you watched the Web.com Tour event down here, and what'd you see when the young Bombers came to this hole?
Oh, this is a hole they just love, Rich. You know, it's flat, it's long, and it's straight, so they just tee it up, aim it straight at the green, hit it as hard as they can. And some of these guys were just going in with an 8 or a 9 iron. It's quite amazing. And of course, when you go with an 8 or a 9 iron to this hole, you look at 3 more often than not.
They're going right here. It's going to probably between Carolina and Michigan to get to what's the name? Elite 8 off game day. It's Houston. Yeah, he's next straight, but
there's something about a well-hit shot.
But over here, I think
good contact, good result. That is pretty as a picture right there. Nice to watch. What a good-looking swing. Fundamentals, they are rock solid. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, another good look. Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second.
You wouldn't believe who I got a championship. Yes. Is Duke is automatic.
Not a gimme, well within his range.
It is just a team on this side over here, on the left side of the bracket.
Good putt. He has a birdie opportunity here. Wow, check this out, friend. Par 3 fourth, 250 yards. This really cool hole.
It is. You tee off and that tee shot right across the swampland into a crescent-shaped green. Of course, it is protected by that bunker. That just cuts in. It doesn't give you very much depth from that middle line of the green. So if the pin's in the middle, that's when the hole plays its most difficult.
What happened to my jump?
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Hey, Sean.
So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. He can win the hole on this putt. He was fooled a little bit on that one, Frank.
Yeah, I was.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
Oh, man, look straight.
That's good work. That's a good par right there.
Good.
And drops it in. Now to the fifth hole here at the Wetlands. Par 5, 635 yards. A lot going on here, Frank.
The shorter hitters don't really worry about the swampland on the left because it really only cuts in to worry the longer hitters if you want to try and reach this par 5 and 2. So shorter hitters, 2 good shots, set up a wedge shot. Longer hitters, are you straight enough to hit it into the narrowest part of the fairway?
Oh, God. Ooh.
Frank, they threw him a life vest. He's back on dry land.
And I hope this time he swings, he doesn't have the water wings on.
Third shot now after the last one found the deep blue.
Yeah, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for. Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my idol.
It looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow through.
They're out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Oh,
that ball is lost in the water. Still going and going the wrong way. This is the 5th shot after that previous one went into the drink.
Hey, that's a high. Well, they getting away from the what's the name?
Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
So, drop the shot after ending up with the water on that recent miscue. Number 7, and nothing lucky about this one, Frank, after hitting it in the water.
Really starting to get away from the player right now, and this is, you can just see, starting to implode. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Frank Bolt is in the rough here. What are the problems on this next shot?
Well, this is really where the skill level comes in. A good part, this is where the good player separates himself from the rest.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Frank, that was a pretty tough lie out of the rough there.
Yeah, it made that actually a little easier than what it really is. It would have been too easy to try and bite off more than you can chew. So give him a pat on the back for that.
Back in the fairway. Well, once you hit double the par, it's time to just pick up and move on. See if he's up to the task. Trying to win the hole here. He wins the hole. That has to feel good. That's birdie. On to the par 4 6th here at the Wetlands. And Frank, how does that water factor into the way you play this hole?
It bisects this fairway beautifully, Rich. 233 yards to the run out on the first section of fairway. And that might be worth considering for the short hitters. To try and flash it across the narrowest part of those wetlands, 276 yards. And of course, the more horsepower you got, actually the easier this tee shot becomes.
Well, you can hear it right off the center of the club face. This has a chance to be close. This is a cross-country special.
We often say, Rich, you should always try and make it. I got to disagree with that. Lag putting, it's just about taking the strain off the next one. There's always other holes to be played.
From that distance, you settle for 2 putts. And that gives him the hole. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Here's another scoring opportunity, Frank. A par 5. The 7th is just a shade under 600 yards.
And it bends gently to the left, Rich. Longer hitters can obviously get home, and nothing really to be worrying about with that second shot if you can reach. The wetlands are well to the right of this hole for the second shot. But if you want to play to a 3-shotter, then that's a very safe, conservative way, and really shouldn't cause you any problems whatsoever. He's gone for a little extra.
To be putting everything into this one, just destroyed it.
Oh, huge. Huge with a capital A.
Busted that. And that is a monster hit right there. He carried that more than 350 yards.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Big swing right there, and a great result, and now a chance for a big swing in momentum with an eagle coming up. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Wow, almost fell within just a few inches of dropping. It's a pretty big putt right here to win the hole. he wins the hole. And he's made it for eagle. 8th hole here at the Wetlands, par 3, 203 yards. You like this hole, Frank?
I do, actually, but you have to have a little look at your yardage book because that front bunker will make this hole look a little shorter to the eye than actually what it plays. Green gets a little narrow as it gets deeper, but flat and, well, I wouldn't say easy. 3 here, not too bad.
On the green, and a chance for birdie.
Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
You know, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
If he makes it, he wins the hole. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it.
It's no snack, though.
Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. He takes care of business there.
Solid stroke.
Frank, looking at this par 5 9th hole, it's 621 yards. I need to make birdie here. What's the best way to go about it?
Well, if you're a long hitter, then there's a chance you can reach this par 5 and 2, Rich. But really the best way to make birdie here, good tee shot, and then contemplate the layup. In between the first 2 bunkers, there's a nice section of fairway, and it's not going to leave you much in for that 3rd shot to a green that's very receptive. So really, birdie can be made the hard way, wedge and a putt.
Good contact, good result. Settles in, looking to knock it in tight.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Frank, that is how it's done.
Yeah, take a gross of those. That is a lesson in itself.
And now a chance for eagle. And getting ready for the putt.
Good roll, good putt.
Tester from 4 feet. Just dominated this hole and ends up with an eagle. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Navalo for EA Sports. We're back here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. Partner, how do you get off to a good start on this back 9?
Well, there's no problem getting up for this hole, Rich. Very difficult par 3. Wet to the left to be avoided. If you want to keep it dry here, then it's going to require a nice, hard, straight shot.
Early part of this second 9, a good approach shot. And now, pretty good chance for birdie. Stuck the follow-through right there. This could be really good. It's a big putt right here for birdie. Wow, I thought he made that. Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was bold, very bold.
And that gives him the hole. Good putt. Par 4 11th hole, 443 yards. Frank, what's the best way to play it?
Nice straight drive off the tee, then really reduces this par 4 to size. Then those bunkers short and left don't really cause an issue. The green's a little tiny though, but even if you miss the green a little bit on the right side, it's a relatively simple chip.
Drivable par 4, Not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky. That's an absolute beauty. Second shot.
You can win the hole on this putt. Looks like he just misread that. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
See if he's up to the task, trying to win the hole here. Well, that's a tough break with that miss right there. This one just requires a little bit of focus.
That's a cruel game.
If he makes it, he wins the hole. He wins the hole. In for par. Par 5 12th here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club is 576 yards. First par 5 on this backside. Excellent, perfect position.
Ball's just sitting up too. You could hit anything from there.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. Pretty long putt right here. You'd be happy to get it to within 2-3 feet. Frank, he'll have to take a full swing at this putt for birdie.
This is long, but every now and again, one of these finds the bottom of the cup and makes that magic sound.
Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. It's a pretty big putt right here to win the hole. And that gives him the hole. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Now to the par 4 13th. Frank, what are the options here?
Well, another straight one required here, Rich. It's 450. It's not overly long in today's standard, but still, that fairway widens up where the longer hitters will actually hit. And bunkers, once again, short of a green. So as long as you can fly that second shot to at least the front of the green, then they really do not come into play.
Oh my goodness, that is on in one. Wow, what an incredible shot. just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Close. Couldn't ask for much more on that putt. If he makes it, he wins the hole. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. He'd love to get this one. Big putt for birdie. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the course.
Good roll. Solid. That's a par. Moving on to the tricky 14th here at the Wetlands. It's 204 yards, but there is plenty of trouble out there. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. I mean, really on top of his game right now. That was a splendid approach shot. Oh my goodness, he just missed that. And that was almost tap-in distance.
Now putt for par.
And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
And drops it in. Final par 5 on the backside here at the Wetlands. It's 590 yards.
Which is really a tempting yardage. A good tee shot, perhaps think of reaching the par 5 and 2. But this green well protected by 3 bunkers, 2 on the left side and 1 short right. But fortune favors the brave. At least that's what I was told.
He just blasted that one down the fairway. 5 yards.
Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my eye.
It looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through. Second shot. Good look at the green.
Well, it's a little absurd, that Rich. The shot wasn't that hard, but it's come up well short.
Didn't appear committed through impact. Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Birdie try up next. Now the third shot at the par 5. Settles in over the putt. And he has it for birdie. So a tester from 4 feet. Sixteenth hole at the Wetlands is a par 4, 455 yards.
Once again, another reward for a straight tee shot, but this green heavily guarded by sand. So good tee shot. This one you're going to have to hit one of the better iron shots required at Wetlands.
What a display of power and precision off the tee. On the green here on the par 4 in 1. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
They'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Oh, I thought he had that. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
If he makes it, he wins the hole. He wins the hole. Good putt. Par 3 17th, Frank, it's 238 yards.
There's still a chance for birdie here, though. Green shape's a little bit to the player's right, so not a nice high draw coming in here. Even finding the middle of the putting surface will give you a chance to putt to really any position on this green.
That will be a great look at birdie. Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. That looked like a miss hit, Frank.
The lie was okay. It's a little surprising. Maybe wrong club.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. He has this for par. That's just a poor putt right there. No other way to say it. And a drop shot, a bogey at 17. He can win the hole on this putt. Maybe a misread right there. See if he's up to the task. Trying to win the hole here. And that gives him the hole. Never a bad score on the card. That's par. Frank, that was a great day of golf. My only question now is, how are we getting back? How are we getting home from here?
Rich, there's only one way. It's the airboat. We're in Florida.
Rev it up. What a super day of golf we saw here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club along the St. Johns River. For Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner, saying so long from all of us at EA Sports.
From that distance? Yeah, just another one added to the card. Big mistake.